Hey everybody, today I want to show off some of the features of the app that I've been working on called Samposium. It's a performance sampler, and let's just get going. So first thing we're going to do is dismiss the welcome screen, and then we're going to create some sample pads that we're going to load some samples on in a second. We're going to go to our view menu where we're going to show the effects, we are going to show the sample info, and we're going to show the samples waveform. And now to load our samples, there's a couple different ways to do it, but we're going to actually use the touch gesture, which is you slide down on a pad, and if you go to the left, you see the trash can turns green. We're not going to delete it. We want to add a sample, so we're just going to go ahead and release it. And up pops our file dialog, and we're going to go into the sample folder that comes with the Samposium app into the Samposium samples. It comes with, I think it's like 320 megabytes right now of royalty-free samples for you to use in your creations. And we are going to go to the ambient folder. And let's scroll down. Let's go to the 7 chroma keys. And so you can see it loaded. Here is the waveform where you can select different parts of the sample itself. But for us, we're just going to go ahead and load the whole sample right now. And let's just go ahead and hit play. And with our effects, these are the core effects that every sample comes with, which is volume, panning, speed, and then lastly pitch. If it ever gets too crazy, you can always double tap on the effects to have them reset to their normal position. We are gonna, on the sample info area, we're gonna tap loop to make our sample loop, but now we're gonna add some effects to our sample. One of the things I always like to add is a high pass filter into a low pass filter, into a delay, and then into a reverb. The low pass and high pass filter give you the ability to like kind of shape and sculpt your sound in terms of low end to high end. Delay and reverb are just for, you know, for funsies. But let's go ahead and hit our sample play now. So let's take out some of that low end. And then we're going to bring down some of that high end. Put a little delay on it. And again, these, you know, you can always do some crazy things with it. But let's go into our secondary preferences for each effect. There's a couple different ways to get into it. You can tap the value box below the actual fader, or there's a little gear that you can also tap and get into the secondary effects of any effect. Let's open up the low pass cutoff on the delay. We're going to tighten up the delay a little bit and then make it ring out a bit longer. And then on our reverb, let's go ahead and turn it up a little bit. And we're going to open up the secondary effects by clicking the value box, or again, you can tap on the gearbox. And what we're going to use is something that you'll see throughout the entire app, which are these dice, which I enjoy a lot. And what it does is it just randomizes this section. And not every section, but a lot of things have these dice. So if you see them, you can tap on them, and you'll notice in this case, all the secondary parameters will just be random. And oftentimes I find myself just tapping on these until I find something that's like close enough or interesting enough that I want to kind of mess with. Ooh, that's pretty big. Let's bring that down. So that sounds real nice. Let's go ahead and stop this sample and let's load another sample. We're going to go to another pad and slide down and open up our file dialog. And let's go to sky noises here. And if you noticed, none of our effects are on this particular sample because every sample pad has its own effects chain, which is unique to it. And let's add, again, high pass filter, low pass filter. Let's do a auto pan, and then we'll do a delay. Let's just do that. And so now let's go ahead and loop our sample, and let's hear this sample. Can bring it down a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn our auto pan. We're going to turn the depth up, not all the way. And then we're going to make it very slow, under 1 hertz. So that's about 0.36 hertz. And you can hear it kind of now dancing around the stereo field. Oh, that's a nice part. So what I'm going to do, because I like that little part right here, let's just make the sample start right here. Yeah. And now we are going to add another sample. One of my favorites is this EBow thingy, which is an EBow. If you know what an EBow is, it's a like infinite sustain guitar gadget. And we are going to add, again, a high pass filter, low pass filter. We'll do a bit crush and then a reverb on this one. At any given point, if there's a different order that you would like, you can always unlock the effects to change their order. So right here, let's say we wanted our high pass filter, our high pass filter in front of our low pass filter. You go ahead and just hold down a little bit on these and just drag the effects around, and you can see they're reordering. And again, reiterating that each of the sample pads has their own effects chain, and each effects chain is unique to each sample pad. So, that's a different view. That is my fault. And let's go ahead and lock the effects order now. So now we have this sample. Let's go ahead and take some of that out. We're going to slow it down. And then we have our EBow that we just brought in. So see right here, let's go ahead and put that bit crush in front of the low pass filter, so we can control some of the high-end artifacts that is happening. We're going to lock the effects order and we can open it up now. Let's go ahead and put a little reverb on it. And one of the nice things is that you can open up the primary output area where you can get access to the global reverb and the global low pass filter, which all sample pads run through. So we can calm it down and open it back up, put some reverb, more reverb on everything, and then kind of get this nice ambient texture going on. And let's actually reverse our EBow. Bring up the tail with our waveform selection, and we're going to change the playing type to latch, which means that if you tap it, it starts it, and if you tap it again, it'll stop it, versus some of the other options there. And we're going to make it loop. Now let's bring that in. Yeah, these are just some of the things that we're just doing with some of the basic features of the Samposium app right now.